Okay, today we're going to make a honeycomb pattern using the Polygon tool. This particular polygon will be an inscribed polygon. We're going to learn some new features on the rectangular pattern. We're going to draw some directional lines and not just do the vertical, horizontal directions that are provided for you. Let's see, and we're also going to learn to manipulate our selection. So let's go ahead and get started. You see in front of us what we're going to be creating. Could be a coaster. Uh, Depends what appearance we add to it. Could be like a filtering, something of that nature that would keep, maybe put it over your drain in your sink. All right, let's get started. Let's create a sketch, top, bottom plane. Let's change our document settings from millimeters to inches. And let's start off with a center diameter circle that is 5 inches in diameter. We're going to offset this circle, okay, by negative quarter inch, negative 0.25. Click OK. Now, our honeycomb pattern will be created in this portion of our geometry. We're not going to extrude this right off the bat. We'll be extruding this portion to start off with and draw our honeycomb pattern on it. We'll come back, reopen sketch one later, and add this section to our extrusion, our design, a little later in the process. Let's go ahead and finish sketch and go to the home position. And let's extrude this inner circle by 0.5 inches and click OK. Now, we're going to be creating a sketch on the top surface here, and we're going to do our honeycomb pattern. So let's go create sketch. Do not select one of the planes. We're going to need, we want our sketch to be on this top surface. So I'm clicking over here away from the planes. Let's start off with a polygon, create, polygon, inscribe polygon. From the origin, click. Now I want notice the inscribe goes to one of the vertexes. We're going to go 0.25 inches, hit enter. There we are, 0.25 inches. Now, I want this vertex to be vertical, a vertical relationship to the origin. So I'm going to go to my constraints, horizontal, vertical. Here's the shortcut. Click. I'm going to click on this vertex. I'm going to click on the origin, and there they are, vertical. Let's escape out of the constraint and open the line tool. When we do a rectangular pattern, the directionals, the arrows will come up to vertical, up and down, horizontal, left and right. We want something that is going to follow the path going this direction and this direction. So let's take the line tool. Let's find the center of this edge. There it is. Click. Draw a line to the origin. Click. Let's draw a second line now going up to the center point. There it is. Of this edge. Click. Escape. I now have, you'll have to forgive the drums in the background. It's the day of our big football rivalry game here at Trinity High School. So peace and quiet is not a luxury that we have today. So these lines now represent the directions that we're going to create our rectangular pattern by. Let's go create. Let's pattern this. Let's go create rectangular pattern. I get my palette up. The objects I'm going to pattern, I'll need to select the 6 edges of my polygon. Notice how the arrows come up for my directions, vertical and horizontal. I got the point, not the edge. There we go. Let's get that edge. Got my 6 edges selected, my polygon 6-sided. Directions. Let's select our directions, and I'm going to change this. So I'm going to select this line and this line. So there's my 2 directions. Okay, now I want 9. I had to experiment with this. I know the number now. If you were creating something with different dimensions, you could figure out the math if you wanted, or you could simply experiment with the number, dragging it out to see what fit the way you want it to fit. Now, if I grab an arrow, I'm going one direction. I don't want one direction. I want to go both directions. I'm going to change my direction from one direction to symmetric, and do it on both. All right, now I've done this project a few times already, so I know I'm going to go out 2.2 inches. Let's leave it at 2 for the moment. Okay, that was Mr. Jackson calling, and I had to run over to his office and help him deal with some. Actually, that's not exactly true. I ran over his office and checked out his new bicycle. So um, we are enthusiasts, to say the least. And I'm going to just experiment a little bit and show you what I was talking about with experimenting on the directions. Now, the main thing that I'm kind of pointing out here is I've gone 2 inches. All right, in this particular case, 2 inches. And the other side needs to be 2 inches as well. So let's drag this out 2 inches. And where we had it, it looks pretty nice, but that's a pretty big gap in here. So this is what I was talking about experimenting. What I found that worked well was 2.2 inches. Okay, I like that. You can see the pattern. I've also done it at 2.3, but I've come back to 2.2 as kind of my favorite in the design. Now, this works because don't think about this as being the edge. Don't forget about that 1/4 inch buffer that we had from our original sketch. We're going to come back and extrude that buffer here around the edge and give us another 1/4 inch on our design. But I'm going to drop it back to 2.2 here. Let's grab this arrow. Let's make this one 2.2. That looks pretty good. I'm symmetrical. I've got all my edges. Let's click OK. All right, so there's my pattern. Now notice my pattern is not contained on my circle. That's absolutely fine. We're not going to worry about that at this point. Let's finish sketch. Go to the home position. Now, do I want to, when I do my extrusion, to go around and click on all of these? That doesn't work either. Click on all the polygon shapes, or try and drag and drop. Can I deselect what's in the middle there? Well, no, that just changes my selection. What happens if I drag and drop? Let's hold the control key. No, that's not really getting me what I want. Let's do this. Let's select this inner portion of the honeycomb there. What we're going to leave. Now we're going to modify our selection. We're going to go to the select drop down, selection tools, and we're going to invert our selection. Now, instead of selecting this honeycomb pattern outside of it's now selected all my polygon shapes. All right, now let's go extrude. My selection's made. My 92 polygons are selected. Let's grab there and let's cut our holes. That'll be down plenty far. Let's click OK. And now I have my polygon, or my honeycomb pattern that I was looking for. Let's go back to the home position. Let's make sketch 1 visible again now. So I'm expanding sketches. There's sketch 1. Let's take this outer edge that we did not extrude in our first extrusion. And now let's extrude it 0.5 inches. And that completes our design. We're going to use join, click OK. I'm going to hide sketch 1 again. There we are. Yeah, and let's add an appearance. Let's expand the body here. Appearance. We can go with walnut glossy. There we are. Close. Save your file, and we are done. Interesting little project. A few different tools shown to us. And I will see you next time.